All right, here we go. Now I'm sad. I'm sad. Subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel. We just died in Minecraft Hardcore. Son of a... Xantares becomes the first 30-year-old. Let's go on to top the... Dude, Xantares is 30. Holy shit, actually. I hate this. First 30-year-old entry to top 20 players. My God. Does this make you feel old, chat? Because it makes me feel old. They won Masters Bucharest. He was MVP, Masters Bucharest. EVP at Bounty, World Cup in Cato. Dude, I'm just going to skip right to it. Where is this thing? This one was kind of crazy. Dude, he has some pretty insane stats in general. We'll actually, this is the whole intro. You guys should absolutely read this. HLTV does an incredible job. I'm just a fat piece of shit that watches too much CS, so I kind of like to skip to what the reasoning is, all right? Why was Xantares the 14th best player of 2025? Xantares makes his second consecutive placing on the top 20 list and improves by one spot from previous after year in which spearheaded the team's rise and become one of the world's best. He was a consistent force as at least a valuable player in all but one tournament with Starlighter Budapest Major and garnered a high volume of strong performances, which he was awarded 4 accolades, the MVP of PGO. Masters Bucharest, EVP of Blast Bounty Season 1, Cato, and World Cup. His average level over the course of the year allowed him to make a very strong stat case on a 1.16 overall when he recorded thanks to an elite level output of kills, 0.7 per round. He's like one of the... Yeah, he's a farmer. He's a farmer. 6th in multi-kills. He gets the most kill, or he's like top 10 in most kills per round, and he's one of the highest DAR doers in the world. DAR doer. Yes, I say DAR. It's just, it sounds better than ADR. Grow up. The 30-year-old's impact on pushing the Turkish team forward throughout the year also can't be understated, as he averaged a superb 1.05 and 110 damage per round win. So when his team was winning rounds, it's because he got a kill and he did hella fucking damage, along with solid play into the world's best teams. He was a 1.0. See, this is kind of the crazy stuff that I was seeing yesterday. I asked Maui to send me a tweet of like grand finals performances, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's because like some of these other tournaments, let me see, that he was in and I just didn't watch them as much. Because like I was in Ohio for World Cup, Bounty was strong, but I think I missed like one of these. I feel like I didn't see one of these, but my eye test like shit did not feel this. Like I'm not arguing with it. I'm just telling you, this was just shocking to me at how good he was versus the top teams. And in grand finals, which is what I saw as well. I think when Maui linked it, unless it was like broken, we'll see. Xantares said it feels great, of course. I don't see age as a limiting factor at all. I believe this comes down to hard work, consistency, and professionalism. As long as I stay healthy and motivated, I'm confident that my name can continue to appear on this list in the coming years. However, a lack of standout playoff performances outside of the medium-sized Masters Bucharest brought Xantares down. See that? Okay. It's interesting. He plays really good versus the top teams, but when he gets in arenas, he's not as good. He also paled in comparison to most of the other players above him when it comes to performances at the Elite Plus tournament level due to pedestrian showings at Open Lisbon and the 2 majors and skipping Kelowna and Chengdu. So, okay, so he was missing at some events just straight up altogether. That makes sense. And then it's just such an interesting dynamic that he's so good versus the best teams, but also as soon as he gets in like big matches in the arenas, it's like buns. So it's less who he's playing and more the stakes, I guess, for him. Which, yeah, that lines up with more how I felt. Honestly, here, if you guys want to see something interesting, though, I was curious, and Maui was super nice and responded to me with the stats so I could be lazy. Yeah, so look at this. So he was talking about Donk has a 1.4, 1.32, and then I asked him who has a third, and he sent me this. Now, I'm not saying he's a world beater, but for maps played, and then in here, this was interesting. That's this was like, this actually like straight up shocked me when I saw this. So he's struggling in like the big games, but he's also playing well in grand finals. So like he's struggling to have consistency in playoffs, basically, is kind of what this boils down to. Like the overall stretch of his playoffs appearances isn't great, but everything else is good. But then Aurora as a team struggles in playoffs. So is that him? Is it not? Who knows? Xantares joins Nico in naming Liam as his bold prediction, the 16-year-old Swede who won the Face It European title, ending Donk's 5 seasons. Okay, so this kid's a fucking Face It demon. There's something different about him, bro, that caught my attention. He's still very young and has a long road and many opportunities ahead of him. I hope he works hard. And dude, that's crazy though. Like getting named by Xantares and Nico has got to feel so good. No, chat. Like imagine you get top Face It on or top elo on Face It, and Xantares and Nico are basically, bro. There's something different about him, dude. That's got to feel so good, man. That's just gotta put your fucking confidence up here, bro. That's cool. Good for him, man. Is this about where you guys had Xantares? You guys had him higher than some of these players, or what do you guys think? How are you guys feeling? I think what's a little tricky with Xantares is he was such a monster in groups, and then he had really strong finals performances, but his playoff runs, but Aurora's playoff runs as a whole are so crazy. But when you pull up like these, some of these stats are just so strong. Like, he is the reason why his team wins. You'd have Ykinder higher, but remember, guys, it was like shorter. You got to be careful with Ykinder with the recent bias, but I get what you mean. I'd take Ykinder over Xantares, but like, remember that it wasn't until kind of like the very end of the first half of the season and like truly the second half of the season where Ykinder was Ykinder, you know? Where you have to look at this like as an overall body of work, and it's really hard for the mind. That's why we have to rely so heavily on stats, especially for these, because it's kind of like reminders. But dude, just seeing like some of the stats that he has are fucking crazy, dude. Like, 110 damage per round win is nuts. I feel like Donk is the only person that's higher. 0.6 rifle kills per round. This is still the biggest problem, man. When I'm looking at this shit, like, them not having Anubis is crazy. Look at this, though. He's like top 20 on every fucking map in the world. Fuck. That's crazy. That's nuts. All right, well, let me know in the comments below who you guys think is going to be next. Let me know if you guys had Xantares higher or lower, or who you guys thought basically should have been at 14. I have been reading the comments. It's been fun. It's like enjoyable just to see other perspectives. I'm actually so glad I didn't do a list, because I can just sit here and kind of like just take it for what it is instead of and seeing like where other people had it. It's fun.